And I hope that you'll see there's a connection between Sontag's advocacy of this kind of descriptive, non-interpretive form of interpretation and what we're calling form. She uses this term a lot in the essay, and she's for paying attention to form. That's one of the reasons I gave it to you this week, even though it's a difficult text. But I also want to say that there are limits to Sontag's position. Once again, I introduced Sontag by saying that she's an interesting object to think with, but not necessarily the most productive kind of model, because she's writing a polemic. She wants to get your attention by saying that we should turn away from this and go toward Y. Turn away from X and go toward Y. So what about Rear Window might be a way of thinking about it that would rub against Sontag's method of interpretation? Well, I suggested to you in my notes introducing the film that many people take this film to be an allegory for the cinematic spectatorial experience. And I would claim that this is not a far-fetched or meaningless or, say, harmful way of reading the film. I would say that it is a reasonable kind of claim. It is indeed digging underneath the apparent surface of the film. Why? Because the film is not in any ostensible way about moviegoing. No one goes to the movies in the film. It's to say that there's something analogous between Scotty's or Jeffrey's confinement to the window and perceiving the phenomena outside of his window. There's something like that that's similar to our experience in the movie theater of watching things in a rectangular box and making inferences about them and getting caught up in those worlds. And what I might say with respect to Sontag is I can actually provide evidence for this being a convincing reading, despite it being the kind of reading that she might not advocate for. Notice, for example, all the ways in which the film seems to use the language of theater and film. It invites us, maybe, to make this reading. Grace Kelly's character says, "It's opening night of the last depressing week of L.B. Jeffries." In a cast, opening night, referring to a theatrical or cinematic exhibition. Show's over for tonight, she says here, literally closing the blinds to say that it's analogous to a kind of entertainment window. Preview of coming attractions, a distinctly cinematic set of terms, right? There's a way in which it's not just the fact that looking outside of a window resembles a cinema screen, but that the film is, one might say, with confidence, conscious of its own status as an allegory for the larger medium-specific experience of watching movies. And I don't want to say that we can't do this in this class because Sontag might not like it, but I want us to know the difference and to think about that difference and to know that we can do both kinds of things. So I'm going to stop there and maybe do one more video after this.